Hello guys, my name is Manas Garg and I am doing Masters in Resilient Horticulture from Hochschule Weihenstephan University, that is public university in Germany. And there is one subject, resilient specialty crop production, and it is very important subject because in today's time resilience is very important in horticulture and agriculture also. So this is our subject, and it's very famous like a crop, poinsettia. As you can see in an image, this is a very famous, that scientific name is Euphorbia pulcherrima. It is very famous here in Germany, and it is sale in Christmas time for the indoor decoration, and it has a different colors, like in photo it is red, but there is like white color, yellow color, pink color. So there are different type of colors, and its demand in whole Europe is very high. People are making so much profit, and here we will learn how we can grow this crop in a resilience way, in a greenhouse. And yeah, as you can see, our professor taught us 100 slides all about it, and I make a short note in a Word file for you guys. So for our this hard work, please subscribe, like, and comment. So without wasting any time, let's start. So poinsettia, and its scientific name is Euphorbia pulcherrima. Okay, and the pulcherrima, the it's what is that mean? That mean is the most beautiful. Yeah, it's most beautiful, and the family is Euphorbiaceae, and it comes under the superge family. Okay, and it's commonly known as poinsettia here. And what its importance is one of the world's most important ornamental potted plant, mainly sold during the Christmas season, famous for its bright color bracts. What is bracts? I will tell you later. For now, I will tell these red colors are brackets. Okay, and it can be of red, white, pink, cream. Okay, and used as an indoor decorative plant. And why it need to be a specialty? What make it special? It is special because it has high economic value. It The price of this flower is so high, and it is specially cultivated in a greenhouse with a special techniques, because in the winter time it should be flowering, because in at a Christmas they have to sell it, so they adjust the sowing, cultivation, flowering according to that period. So that makes it so special, and it is high ornamental value, seasonal market demand, and require controlled greenhouse production. So what can be a question asked by as a horticulturist? Why is poinsettia considered a specialty crop? So I already tell the reasons which make it special. Okay. So this topic 2 is origin. Who make it? Yeah, who make it? So it is originated in Mexico. Okay, America, Mexico. It naturally grow as a shrub in warm tropical and subtropical regions. So remember guys, it need a warm tropical and subtropical regions to grow, and in greenhouse we have to maintain the warmness. And it is not a flower tree, it is a shrub. How it grow? As a shrub, it come under category of shrub. Okay, and talking about its history, the plant becomes so famous after being introduced in the United States by Joel Roberts Poinsett. So as you can see, the surname of this person is Poinsett, so this Poinsett comes from his surname, and he is the first US ambassador who brings it to Mexico. Okay, so the common name poinsettia come from its surname. How you will learn this? Mexico, Poinsettia. Okay, so what can be a question in exams? Where did Poinsettia originate? So you will simply say Poinsettia originated in Mexico and was introduced to the United States by Joel Roberts Poinsett, after whom the plant was named. Okay, the next one is botanical characteristics. What are the botanical characteristics? It's like how your plant is look like. So the plant type is, as I said, it is a shrub. How it is cell, like woody perennial shrub, and usually grow as a ornamental potted plant. As you can see in the image, it is under a pot, and in the above only the brackets are seen, and in the center of these brackets, this is a small teeny green colors or yellow color you are seeing, this is a flower. Okay, so now moving forward, what can be the plant height? Can grow several meters tall in nature, and commercially plant are kept compact by pruning and growth regulation. So what that mean? This plant can be grow taller in meters, but for the decoration purpose, for the indoor purpose, the growers do the cutting of their extra stumps and do a maintain it as a compact by doing a pruning and growing regulations. And the stem when young, woody with age, and contain white milky latex. What that mean? As you can see in the image, if you twist the leaf, then this white milky latex will come from its stem. So this sometimes seem like it is allergic, and people think that this plant is not for safe for their skin, but it is nothing. It is like a white milky latex. You can wash your hand, but try to not twist the leaf. And like leaves are dark green, as you can see, broad simple leaves, alternate arrangements. And as I said, the white latex may irritate sensitive skin. So please don't twist it, otherwise you will say it is a poison. So what can be a question, or what are the knowledge you should have as a horticulturist? Well, what is the botanical characteristics of poinsettia? It is a woody perennial shrub belonging to Euphorbia family. It has dark green leaves, soft stem that become woody with age, and contain white milky latex. In commercial production, it is maintained as a compact ornamental potted plant. And the next one is flowers and brackets. As I already told you, like true flowers, as you can see here in the image, this is the part which is a flower, and this red color are brackets, and this green part is leaf. Okay, so remember this. So as here written also, the small yellow located in the center of the plant is called true flowers, and what flowers is called as Scythia, Scythia, Scythia. The pronunciation may be wrong, but remember the spelling Scythia. Okay. And what is the bracket? The colorful red, white, pink part are brackets, not a flower. So what is the function of it? Just attract the pollinating insects like bees for do the pollination, and increase ornamental value, as colors attract people and it will increase its value, make the plant attractive for sale. Okay, so how you will remember it? Color bracket, small yellow center, flower. And it can be a question in exam, like what is the difference between flowers and brackets in poinsettia? So you will say the true flowers of poinsettia are the small yellow structure called cyathea, located in the center, and the colorful red, white, pink, or cream part are modified leaves known as brackets. Brackets attract pollinators and provide ornamental value. You see this line? They are the modified leaves. Okay, so they are the modified leaves. As you can see, it look like similar as a leaf, but the only difference is the color. So they modified it according to their demand. And the next one is photo period. Now the resilience part is coming. So photo period, what is photo period? Photo period means length of daylight or darkness within 24 hours our plant is facing. So how much light it is getting is just a photo period. Okay, so poinsettia is a qualitative, obligate, compulsory short day plant. It need long nights and short days. This means flowers occur only if day will be shorter and nights will be longer. Okay, so what can be a critical requirements like long uninterrupted, I will repeat it, uninterrupted continuous long nights are necessary. Even a short light exposure during that dark period can delay the flowering. And if you know, if the flowering will delay, then the Christmas will be pass out and this flower will not be sell in the market much. So that's why it is important. And the climate change connection, what is it? Changes in temperature and light condition may affect flowering time, making precise greenhouse management more important. So you have to manage your greenhouse with an expert. So why is poinsettia called a qualitative short day plant? Because poinsettia is a qualitative short day plant. Its flowering occurs only when the night length exceed a critical duration. Long uninterrupted nights induce flowering initiation and colored brackets development. Artificial light during that dark period delays flowering. Growers use photo period control to produce flowering plants for the Christmas market. Okay, and how you can control it in greenhouse, like if there is a longer days, so how you will provide your flower a big night. So as this is the resilience part, how you will uh, do action opposite to the environment. So you can do black cloth or black out curtains create long nights. Okay, so cover your greenhouse with a black cloth or black curtains. Or you can do artificial lightning, avoid, don't use it. And the third one is greenhouse conditions are carefully managed. That is the most important part. And the objective is our just Christmas sale. So learn this word. Christmas sale is our biggest requirement. Okay, so now moving forward, why poinsettia is a resilient specialty crop? As I already told you, high economic value, can be grown in a controlled greenhouse. Flowering can be scheduled using photo period control. Continuous breeding improves quality and stress tolerance, and new cultivars adapt better to changing environmental conditions. So for the one page revision, like what I taught you till now, learn this from flow. Sorry, Mexico, Euphorbia pulcherrima, ornamental Christmas plant, colorful brackets which are not flower. Small yellow flowers is called Cyathea. Okay, and qualitative short day plant need long nights. Photo period should be controlled, and it all we do are for the Christmas market production. Okay, so what is our now commercial development of poinsettia? How you will commercially do it? How did poinsettia become a worldwide ornamental plant? How did? So originally poinsettia was a wild shrub growing in Mexico. It was a wild shrub, okay? But with the time, plant breeders improved it into the compact, colorful ornamental plant sold today. Okay, so as I already tell in a history, they were long, they were in Mexico, they were in wild shrub. But now what breeders do, they just reduce their height by doing the pruning and also use it commercially for the Christmas sale. Okay, and what breeders do in the improvement? Compact plant size. Compact means we all know small, and you can say summarize plant size, and better branching, larger and brighter bracts, more bract colors, longer shelf life, better transport quality, and improved resistance to disease and environmental stress. These all things are done by the breeding. And today poinsettia is one of the most valuable ornamental plant sold during the Christmas season. So what can be a question like, how has poinsettia changed from a wild plant to a commercial ornamental plant crop? So if this is a one word answer, then you will say by breeding or by breeders, and if it is long, then you can write this stuff. Okay, so now talking about the EK family, it is most important topic, EK family. And EK family, who were they? The EK family played a major role in developing modern poinsettia production. Okay, what EK family do? They improved poinsettia varieties, developed commercial production methods, helped make poinsettia the world's most popular Christmas ornamental plant. Their breeding work greatly influenced the global poinsettia industry. So as you can see, now we have a red color, pink color, yellow color, cream color brackets in a poinsettia. So this is all possible by the EK family. So this have a major role. So remember their name. And how you can learn this? EK family, modern commercial poinsettia. Okay, so the important knowledge is, why is EK family important in poinsettia production? Because they improve it by doing the breeding. And why breeder needs poinsettia varieties? Why? So their major objective to do this is to improve the plant quality and for increase the market value, like better plant appearance, strong branching, uniform plant growth, attractive bracket, long shelf life, better post harvest quality, improved resistance to disease, better tolerance to heat and environmental stress, easy greenhouse production. So these are the major objectives. So if the breeding section will come, then you can write these objectives. And how we can, you know, climate change, this is the major problem in today's world, and that's why we are studying resilience. So as temperatures increase due to climate change, breeders aim to develop varieties that can tolerate heat, maintain good quality, survive transport, and perform well under changing environments. You know, it's not all about the greenhouse. It is after the harvest. Your plant is harvest. It is disconnected with the services within the greenhouse. It is going to a environmental phase. It going to be transport. It going to be in a market, then sale, then it in a polythene, then going in a room. So the climate changes, it should be survived. That's why we need better breeding varieties. Okay, so if I talk about variety important, like modern poinsettia breeding has produced many varieties. Different varieties differ in plant height, plant shape, bracts color, flowering time, growth habit, market sustainability. Okay, this allow growers to select varieties suitable for different production system and market demand. So if I talk about the example of bract colors, they can be red, white, pink, green, marble and speckled. Different color increases consumer choice and market value. Remember this. And I think in Christmas red color is much expensive compared to others. I think I don't know the real price. So now talking about the characteristics of a good commercial variety. What can be a characteristic if you make a good variety, and if you are planning to do business, planning to make some variety, then what do you think? What are the characters it should be? Just think in your mind and then see the answers, because that make you think out of the box and also help in an exam to write. So the first one is compact growth. Okay, the growth should not be like you are see the flowers, and the flower should be the red. So it is compact. There are lot of flowers within less space that make it more good commercial crop. Okay, and strong stems. The flower should be strong, and it has be a good branching. If the plant has stem 3 to 4 branching, no one will buy it. So it should be good branching, uniform plant shape, large colorful bracts, green dark foliage, long lasting quality after sale. That is the most important, because if the flower after buying will become rotten after some 1 to 2 weeks, no one will buy it. And good transport quality and the stress tolerance. Okay, so how you will learn this? Beautiful, strong, long lasting is a good variety. Okay, so now talking about the role of breeding in resilience. What is the role of breeding? It has a great role. Breeding help plant become more resilient by improving. Again, same things you can write: heat tolerance, disease resistance, plant uniformity, shelf life, production efficiency, adaptation to changing climates. Learn these words. You can adjust these words in each answer of breeding. So that will be a great thing. Resilient varieties reduce production losses and improve market quality. So the one page revision again we will do. Wild Mexican shrub then come in a commercial breeding. EK family has a great role. Improved varieties, better branching, better bract colors, long shelf life, heat and disease resistance make it a great value in the market. So what are the good points we can remember? Like commercial importance of poinsettia, contribution of a ek family, objectives of a poinsettia breeding, characteristics of a good commercial variety, importance of a breeding under climate change, and the variety importance and resilience. Okay, so I make a smaller. Yeah, now it's okay, I think. Yeah, so the next topic is white poinsettia. We study about the red. Now what we called white poinsettia, it called as Alaska. Okay, I suggest to take a page and write this small points, because the theory is simple, you can learn. But this Alaska word, and the what we call a flower, Calesi, I think. I also forget. Let's see what we call a flower. Can you comment? Can you comment? Can you comment? Yeah, Cyathea. Okay, what we call flower, Cyathea. And here in the where we are, white. Yeah, here. So we talk about the white poinsettia, Alaska. Okay, it is one of the major achievement which is done by the breeders to grow it and cultivate it. Why it is, what make it special? It is generally white poinsettia. It has pure white brackets, as you can see in the image also. They have pure white brackets, and it keeps a dark green foliage that make it a strong color contrast, and it has excellent ornamental value. It became commercially successful worldwide, and the size of it is like 6 to 10 inch, and they come in a market like in mid November. Okay, so I think that mid November is like the period when the flower is coming. So then they will be harvested and transport and going in a market near about mid December. Okay, so what its importance? Like the development of alcas showed that the plant breeding can create completely new ornamental varieties with high market value. Okay, so now the topic is mutation breeding. What is mutation? We all study this in our 11th 12th classes, but well, I write the definition for clear the fundamentals. Okay, so mutation breeding is a breeding method in which genetic changes, like mutation means genetics, we are changing the genetics which are used to create a new plant characteristics, like we are taking the one parent, the second parent, and we cross with them and then make a new plant characteristics. So that is mutation breeding. Okay, so some mutations occur naturally while others can be done artificially. So what is the purpose behind it? For the new flower colors, better quality, improved growth, greater ornamental value, and better stress tolerance. And now maybe some of you are thinking how this can how these things can be made. Then I tell you the example, like you are taking the red brackets poinsettia, white bracket poinsettia, and cross them. How you will cross? By doing the pollination through bees and anything, you will cross them. You can cross the pollinators by the brush also. Breeders do it normally, and by crossing, now the combination of red and white make a different color. Or you can imagine there's a strong stem, weak stem, and you can cross them, make a medium stem which can be twisted, and you can play with it. So this are the purpose of breeding. This is the beauty of breeding. Okay, so in poinsettia, mutation breeding has produced white varieties, pink, cream, marble, and other unique colors. And advantages are, as I already tell, you can write this: creates new ornamental traits, increase market diversity, improves commercial value, and helps breeder develop unique cultivars. Okay, so the possible questions can be like, what is mutation breeding? Why is it important in poinsettia? So you will say the definition, then say to create a different colors. Okay, so color mutation. How, what is color mutation? I told you just right away. It is about the bracket colors. Okay, we need different bracket colors for making a money. Red, white, pink, cream, marble, speckled. Do you know this color? I don't know, remember how it look like. So different colors attract different consumers and increase market demand. Okay, so if you know, now we will study some color families. Like breeders often develop a color family from one successful varieties. Like one original variety may produce several colors variety through mutation breeding. As I said, mutation breeding, through mutation breeding we can create different colors brackets. Okay, so its advantages is similar plant shape, similar flowering time, similar different bracket colors. Okay, so only difference is color, everything is same. So this is the benefit. So we can do it by in a greenhouse production, and grower can produce multiple colors using similar cultivation practices. And if there in an exam question it is written like color families, so you should know what is a color family, which I told you. Okay, so the next one is breeding objectives. Again the same thing, I will not explain further. Bright colors, okay, good branching, v-shaped plant structure, okay, which we do by the prunings, and strong healthy foliage, medium flowering, okay, same things. And what are these objectives important? Why this important? Because it makes a plant appearance good, production efficiency, consumer satisfaction, which is the ultimate goal, and the transport quality, which is also very important, and commercial profit. And for the memory trick, you can do like beautiful, strong, easy to grow, long lasting. And now the other topic is resilience through breeding. So what we can do with the breeding, we can make a plant or a flower strong that it can tolerate the heat, which is very common right now. The heat is increasing in summer so much, so it should be tolerate while transporting, while in a showroom, while in a room, in a house. So it should tolerate the heat, better greenhouse performance, long shelf life, reduced production losses, better transport quality, and adaptation to climate change. Okay, so these trials help growers maintain production under changing environmental conditions. Okay, so one page revision: traditional red poinsettia, we do the mutation breeding, new colors will come, white variety Alaska, and then color families, better quality, high market value, climate resilience. Okay, so now the fourth part of our video, which is breeding process, quality, and the market. So poinsettia breeding process, which is very important. Breeding is something which is very important. We have to learn it, and I make it in very simple in 8 steps. So just we will go with a flow. So the first step is crossing. We all know we have to do crossing with of a parents. So two selected parent plant are closed. Our goal is to combine desirable traits from both parents. Okay, so second step is seed sowing and first selection. Okay, so after we sow the seeds, they will cross, the parents cross, and the seeds will come out, and that seeds will be sown, and then the young seedlings are coming from that seeds will be evaluated. We will see which is healthy, which is poor, which has a very bad color, which has a good color. So we will analyze this, and we also see weak or undesirable plants, we will remove them. Okay, the third step is grading and second selection, grafting and second selection. Okay, so promising plant are grafted, the plant which we selected in the first selection, now there is a second stage, we will do the grafting. Plant we are observed again for growth and quality. Poor performing plants will again removed. Okay, the fourth is selection of candidates, like only the best plants are selected as a possible new varieties. So this is the stage which is very important. We have to analyze which is the best plant among all the seedlings coming from the crossing. Okay, so internal testing which we do in a lab, selected plants are tested under the breeder's own greenhouse condition. Okay, so the selected plants we will do the test here, by the breeders in a greenhouse condition. Then we do the external testing, like outside the greenhouse. Plants are tested in different locations, climates, and this check their stability and adaptability. And the pre-series production, a small number of plants are produced before commercial release. Okay, and the final quality and the market acceptance are evaluated. And after the pre-series production, okay, again, what is pre-series production? After the external testing, if our plant is stable and very resistant, then we do a small number of plant production before the commercial release. We cannot do like we make it, we will commercially release it. No, we have to test it again. So the final quality and the market acceptance are evaluated. If they pass it, then we will really, we not breeder will release as a new variety. Okay, so breeder will release the brackets, or you can say flower or poinsettia or any kind of flower which they develop will be a successful variety officially introduced in the market. So memory trick is cross, sow, graft, select, test, inside test, outside test, pre-series and the market. Okay, so now flowers and the seed production, the sequence will be like flower, then pollination, as after the flower pollination will done obviously, then the seed formation, seed germination, seedling development, and the selection of the best plant. This is the very simple, you will learn it very quickly, I know. So why is this important? Breeders need seeds to produce genetically different plants. This difference allow them to select improved varieties. Okay, so guys, what is clonal selection? You know, clonal selection is also a breeding method which is used for vegetatively propagated crops like potatoes, sugar canes, fruits, trees, grapes, and this flower also. So what breeders do? Breeders identify individual superior plant within a mixed population, like what we did here, like here, after do the selection of candidates, means only the best plants. Now we select the best plants. Okay, understand it clearly. Now we select the best plants, but how will the breeder will multiply this best plants? Because he can, or she also, he or she, or we can say breeder only now have the best plant. They don't have more seeds, because some by crossing their parents again, he or she can get more seeds, but that seeds may not be again the best plants like them which they selected already. So how they will get the seeds of that best plants? What they will the what the breeders will do? So they will do the clonal selection. Okay, so in the clonal selection, they select the best plants. You know, after selecting the best plant, it is propagated vegetatively, mainly through cutting. Like they will not use their seeds, they will use their cuttings and grow in the different location, different climate, different localities to check it and multiply it. Okay, so seeds do not always produce identical plants, so that's why for the selected best plants we do the cuttings, produce genetically identical plants maintaining the desired characteristics. Okay, so what is its advantages? Uniform growth, same flower color as I already told both parents have different characteristics. Maybe this is the red color brackets with a thin stem. This is a red bracket but with a strong stem. So they will cross it and make their son which has a red brackets with a strong stem. So they will select like this and then multiply them to help them. Okay, so clonal selection ensure that all the propagated plants are genetically identical to the selected parent plants. This provides uniform growth, flowering, high quality commercial production. Okay, so now talking about the quality characteristics of a good poinsettia. So if you ever, it is also famous in Asia, but in Asia the Christmas is not much popular, so that's why it is not much scalable, but it is still very scalable there. Many people buy it. So what if you ever want to buy it, what you will see in a flower, in a poinsettia, what you will see, it should be bright and attractive brackets. Okay, the brackets, the colorful brackets should be bright and attractive. Their leaves should be dark green, healthy, compact plant shape. The shape should not be irregular, it should be compact, circular, and looking so stunning. And strong stems, good branching, uniform plant structure, long shelf life, and the good transport tolerance. Okay, so this characteristics increase customer satisfaction and market value. So now the market is coming. So market importance is, it has a great market. It is very famous in supermarkets and DIY stores, demonstrating their commercial importance. Major Christmas ornamental plant, sold worldwide. As I said, it is sold in almost every country, available in many colors and size, high consumer demand during the holiday season, and continuous breeding keeps the market attractive. Okay, so why is breeding economically important? Because it creates a new variety, increase sales, increase profit, improve plant quality, extend the marketing period, and meet changing consumer preferences. Okay, so now the poinsettia and resilient horticulture, how they combine. Since our course is resilient horticulture, so I have to mention this topic. So breeding improves resilience, as I already tell, and these are the same characteristics which I already told you. So heat tolerance, disease resistance, shelf life. I am teaching and saying these words again and again, because in German exams, or in Germany, or in Europe, or I will say in your life also, you should be a one liner, like what make a breeding important. So you should know, just say heat tolerance, the specific words. You should know. If you know 5 to 6 specific words, you will get easily marks. You will be recognized, you will be empathized, and people will spot you, will like you. So it helps to increase your knowledge. So just remember: high tolerance, disease resistance, shelf life, producing plants with better greenhouse performance, and maintaining quality, reducing production losses. And now, reducing production losses, you can also say reducing transport losses, reducing market losses, reducing performance in a hotter environment. So you can say all this. So for the final revision, you can say scientific name is Euphorbia pulcherrima. Origin is Mexico. Family is Euphorbia specialty crop, high value ornamental plant. Decorative part is colored brackets. True flowers are yellow, Cyathea, and photoperiod is short. Flowering require long uninterrupted nights. Commercial importance is like Christmas ornamental plant, and mutation breeding produces new colors and traits. And very important, famous white variety is Alaska, and the breeding objective is better color, branching, shelf life, stress tolerance, and the breeding process is crossing, selection, testing, market, and the clonal propagation is maintain identical plants, okay, by doing the vegetative propagation. And the resilience, heat tolerance, disease resistance, and climate adaptations, okay. So now the fifth part is coming, guys. So it is some additional facts about poinsettia and it will help in our exam also. So Cyathium, like a true flower of poinsettia, what it called? Cyathium. So many people think that the colorful brackets are the flower, but they are the brackets, not a flower. So what is Cyathium? Cyathium is a unique flower structure of poinsettia. And one thing, every topic is finished. Right now we are just revising and the main things, okay. So don't worry that the video is going so high, how I will remember all this. This is the repeating thing. You can see a Cyathium is a unique flower structure of poinsettia. It contains one female flower in a center and the several male flowers surrounding it, and the bright colorful brackets around the cythium attract pollinating insects. And the cythium is a special characteristic of a plant in the Euphorbia genus, okay. So what is the difference between brackets and the flower? Okay, the flower is Cyathea. Learn this word, Cyathea, okay. So brackets are modified leaves, they are true flowers. They are red, white, pink, cream color. They are small yellow structures. They are attract pollinators, and they flowers. What they do? Produce pollen and seeds. Brackets are for the decorative part and the flowers are for the reproductive part. Okay. So now white milky latex, I already told you guys. The if you twist the leaf, the from the stem side, white milky text will become that called latex, okay, that called latex. But its function, it protect the plant from insect and herbivorous, okay. If the insect attack it, herbivorous attack it, they will die. And it also helps seal wounds after injury, like there's a fast wind, frost, anything, so they may be injured from side. So this latex help to cover up and seal on it, and it will cure after some weeks, okay. So what it to note is like latex may cause skin irritation in sensitive people, so we should use gloves. And also while doing the handling of the large number of plants during production, we should use the gloves. Okay, so now is why is poinsettia called the Christmas plant? Because naturally its flowering time is just closer to the Christmas, and it is a qualitative short day plant. Remember guys, there is a word facultative and this is qualitative. So qualitative means compulsory, we need it, and facultative means it can be adjusted, like sometimes if the day is longer, so the crop will not affected. So facultative is like that, but this is qualitative strong, okay. So the flowering begins when nights become long during autumn, and colored brackets develop naturally in November and December. This is the reason why it is so famous for the Christmas. And commercially also, growers carefully control the photo period so plant flower exactly before Christmas and increase their market value. And now talking about why is greenhouse cultivation necessary? Why it is? Because we need to control the temperature, most importantly photo period control, humidity regulation, better irrigation management, protection from the rain, wind, frost, and the uniform plant growth and the high quality commercial production. Okay, and the greenhouse cultivation helps reduce the effect of unpredictable weather caused by climate change and ensure consistent production. Imagine you are growing in an open field and you are happy, you just completed the irrigation, and after 1 hour the rain for the whole day will come, your crop will die. So that's why we are studying it, and resilience is the one thing which can control all these things. Okay, so the now, why was Alaska a breakthrough variety? Why it is so famous, or why it is so scalable? Because it is the first commercially successful pure white poinsettia with dark green foliage. Breeders do so many hard work to create a white color instead of red, and this variety Alaska is successful, so that's why it is so famous, and it is high ornamental value due to the strong color contrast, and licensed and grown internationally. Okay, so it increased demand for white poinsettias, became a successful example of modern ornamental plant breeding, and its importance is like Alaska demonstrated the breeding can produce innovative ornamental varieties with high commercial value. So this is the very good example if you ever give in a breeding speech. Okay, so now the special knowledge for master's exam or student, special knowledge, and I think this is closer to the end. Scientific name, this I just repeat all the things so that you will memorize it, and the one video is enough for you. Okay, so Euphorbia pulcherrima, EUPH, Euphorbia, Orbia. Okay, pulcherrima you can remember from the Christmas. Okay, and the EU for the Europe. Okay, so the family is also Europe, U for BSc. Okay, origin is Mexico, decorative part brackets, true flowers Cynthium, plant type qualitative short day plant. Propagation method is mainly by stem cutting, which is called colonal propagation. For commercial production, Christmas ornamental plant, main market is Christmas. Major breeding goals are better color, strong branching, long shelf life, heat tolerance, stress resistance, good transport quality. So now these are some keywords you should know for your exam. And the root system, this is the miscellaneous topic. As you know, how the root of poinsettia looks like. You can see in an image. Is it fibrous or it is taproot? So as you, I think you already see here, fibrous root system. Okay, so poinsettia is look like this structure, and its characteristics like numerous thin roots arise from the base of the stem, root spread mainly in the upper soil layer, efficient in absorbing water and nutrients, well drained growing media are essential because roots are sensitive to water lodging, and its importance in commercial production. Healthy roots ensure better nutrient uptake. Good root development improves plant growth and bracket quality. Poor drainage can lead to root diseases such as root rot. So you should avoid much watering, okay, and have a good drainage system. So like temperature requirement, how much temperature it needs. So I will tell, the temperature is one of the most important environmental factor that can affect any flower growth and poinsettia also. So optimum temperature should be like day temperature should be 18 to 22 degrees Celsius, and the night temperature is to 16 to 18. So you can remember 16 to 18, 18 to 22. Okay, so why is it important? For the promote a healthy vegetative growth, support normal flowering, improves bracket color development, produce compact high quality plant. Okay, and what is the effect of low temperature and high temperature? This is also a very knowledgeable thing which I mentioned here. So like the proper temperature, what it help? Healthy vegetative growth, normal flowering, bracket color development, produce compact high quality plant. And you can if you don't remember the losses due to low temperature, high temperature, just write these 4 points and mention note. Okay, so here in low temperature, slow growth, delay flowering, poor plant quality, risk of chilling injury if temperature are too low. But in high temperature, weak and elongated growth, reduced bracket quality, delayed or uneven flowering. Okay, so these are the main factors we should remember while doing these things. Okay, so lower market value should be happen due to high temperature. So the climate change connection, so rising temperatures can reduce plant quality and alter flowering time. Greenhouse climate control and the breeding for heat tolerance and help maintain production under changing climate conditions. Okay, so the growing media, you know, the growing media, we are selling our product in a pot and we can grow in a pot also. So poinsettia grows best in a growing media that is well drained, fertile, rich in organic matter, well aerated, and slightly acidic to neutral. So it is like 6 to 7. Okay, so good drainage is particularly important because the fibrous roots are sensitive to excess water. So stem, the natural stem of poinsettia is erect, woody and mature and capable of producing many branches. Okay, and the commercial growers manipulate the stem through pinching. Okay, and now what is pinching? Pinching means removing the shoot tip. Okay, we will remove the shoot tip and it will help in a good stem. Okay, so it will encourage lateral branching, increase the number of shoots, producing a fuller plant and the improve importance. So this is your flower and you will cut the upper side and the stems will grow. So that is the pinching. Okay, without pinching, plant become tall with a single stem and have a lower ornamental value. So why is commercial production is different? Like unlike field crops, poinsettia is grown to meet a specific market data like Christmas. A plant that flowers too early or too late loses much of its commercial value. So therefore growers manage every stage of production precisely to produce a high quality plant at the right time. So a flow of growing is like mother plant, then the stem cutting, rooting, potting, vegetative growth, pinching, branch development, photoperiod control, bracket color development, flowering, quality check, and the packaging. Okay, and then the marketing. So propagation is the main method which I told you already. It is colonial method, that is in breeding, colonial breeding. This is the propagation method. Like usually if you want to grow in your greenhouse, then how you will do it? Commercial poinsettia is propagated by stem cutting. Okay, it is done by the stem cutting because seeds produce genetically variable plants. Okay, so we have to grow identical, same height, same bracket color, same shyness, same strength of the stem. So for all the characters we have to take a stem cutting. Okay, so mother plant is like commercial companies maintain healthy mother plant and to produce disease free cuttings, preserve desirable genetics, and ensure consistent quality. So the quality of the mother plant directly affects the quality of all propagated plants. Okay, so now talking about the rooting of cuttings, you know how you will do the rooting of cuttings. So fresh cuttings are placed in a suitable rooting media. Okay, the cutting is come in your hand, the propagated material is in your hand. Now you will put it in a rooting media that should be humid and warm temperature should be around, and the moderate light and the good aeration. Roots generally develop within a few weeks under optimal greenhouse conditions. Okay, and poor rooting can make a plant weak, delay the growth, poor branching, and reduce market value. Okay, and you saw the word potting. So what that mean? Once root develop, cutting are transplanted into pots. Okay, so the potting media should be well drained, porous, fertile, free from pathogens, and capable of retaining adequate moisture. As you can see in a market, there is some pot which can be of soil, which can be of plastic, and anything. You can use the polythene also, and inside it there is this transplantation will be done for the better look. So the size of it is matter, because size always matter, and small pots restrict growth, root growth. Okay, so as you see, the it has a fibrous roots, so it need more space inside the pot, so it should be of the large pot. Okay, and increase production cost and may retain excess moisture. So these are the disadvantages of small and large pots. So grower choose pot size based on the target market and plant size. Okay, so irrigation method which they use, poinsettia require careful irrigation. Both excess and insufficient water reduce plant quality. Okay, so we don't have to use much water, don't have to use less water, it should be what plant need. Okay, so if we do the overwatering, then the root rot will come, poor aeration, disease, and the yellow leaves will affected. Okay, if we not using much water, then wilting will come, poor growth, black drop, and the reduced quality. Okay, so the good irrigation management means maintaining optimal root zone moisture, not simply watering every day. Okay, so it is important that our root should has a moisture. It is not about we are giving water daily or not, and what should be the irrigation days in this. No, you should know your soil quality, because it all depend on it. If your soil is can hold the water, then weekly watering can be enough. Okay, so fertilization is like poinsettia has a relatively high nutrient demand. Okay, so it need a more nutrient. So major nutrients for mostly all is also NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Nitrogen is for vegetative growth, phosphorus is for root development, and potassium is for the bracket quality and flowering and the stress tolerance. Okay, so balanced fertilization is essential because excess nitrogen late in production can delay bracket coloration. Okay, because we need it before Christmas. So now plant growth regulations. Okay, so we also need some plant growth regulations. Besides pinching, growers regulate plant height using environmental control, and in commercial system plant growth regulators when necessary. So our objective like compact plant, uniform height, strong stems, and the attractive appearance. So the compact plant is easier to package, transport, and sell. Okay, so what is flower induction? It should be 9, I think. Okay, so 9. So the flower induction, so flowering begins only after plants receive long and uninterrupted nights. As I said, growers use blackout curtains in greenhouses to create artificially short day condition, which is already told by me. So the packaging and transport, this is the last page and last topic. So packaging and transport. So poinsettia is a sensitive during transport. Major risks are low temperature injury, mechanical damage, dehydration, and bracket breakage. So proper packaging protect the ornamental quality until the plant reaches consumers. Okay, so what can be the possible questions for the exam? Why is vegetative propagation preferred in poinsettia? So as we know, for the stem cuttings produces genetically identical plants, ensure uniform growth, flowering time, bracket colors, and the commercial quality. Okay, and if I talk about the role of pinching in poinsettia production, it removes the apical buds, breakage of apical dominance, and stimulating lateral branching. Okay, so it is also important. Why is greenhouse production essential for poinsettia? Greenhouses allow precise control of temperature, humidity, irrigation, nutrition for the period. Okay, so this is all about poinsettia. Okay, so I hope you learn from it, and I think for my hard work, you should subscribe our channel. We are on the starting stage. There will be going to a long journey. There will be more videos, knowledge, shorts. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a great journey ahead.